I'm 52 years old, and I stopped. My name is Ray, and I'm an alcoholic. I have to say I'm an alcoholic because my first addiction was alcohol. I grew up in a tight-knit Mexican family, and my mom and my dad were the ones that brought all my uncles here from Michoacan and Jalisco, right? My dad would have credit with the coyotes, which are the smugglers, you know? They knew he paid, so he brought all my uncles here. They started working. And they would come every weekend and bring food, and they'd make carne asada, but they brought a lot of beer and liquor. So we used to watch them get drunk, you know? And I was with my cousins, and they were learning English because I was teaching them English. They would copy everything I said, you know? So I would trigger, you know? My uncles would get drunk, and then they start fighting. And one day, when they were fighting, we took their bottle. We took a bottle of tequila, or alcohol de caña, which is straight moonshine, you know? We took it and we went and we drank some. I remember drinking it and it was so bitter and it burned, you know? But that feeling coming down, you know, that heat, you know, that heat that makes your body just bubble. It felt so good. So we kept the bottle. We got tore up. We were drunk. I remember waking up the next day and I was hungover. My mom looked at me and said, "Take it easy, cabrón. Take it easy." Okay? You know? And I'm tripping, you know? I'm like, oh shit, she's gonna hit me. And she comes over here and she says, "Here, ven aquí, cabrón." You know? That means, come here, fucker. Excuse my language, but you know, I didn't mean that. But I have to be real, see? Because if I'm not real, then it'll be detrimental to me, you know? I'm here to let it all go, you know? Like I said, I'm 52 years old. I have kids older than some of you guys here, you know? But I grew up like that, you know? My mom was always there. I had a cool-ass mom and a cool-ass dad, you know? They didn't trip on me, but my mom, she would beat the shit out of me. And she would grab me and she told me, "You want a drink?" Okay, she sat me down and gave me more. And she kept telling me, "Okay, tómatelo," you know? I say, fuck, my mom's getting me fucked up, you know? And she was. I was throwing up, drink some more, you know? Man, I'm glad she done that, you know, because I didn't want to drink anymore, you know? So I went on, you know? I was in elementary school, and then I remember the 6th grade, we graduated. I grew up in housing projects in the historic area of Los Angeles. And my homies were my friends. They were my family. We hung out together as kids. But after that 6th grade graduation, we found out Mary Jane, you know? And one of the homeboys brought her over and we were all hitting it. I mean, we were hitting it, and I felt good personally, you know? I sat back and my eyes were fucking low-riding, and here I go, you know? I said, whoa, I want some more, let's smoke some more. That right there showed that I was an addict, but see, I didn't know about being an addict, I know about feeling good, so I'm gonna smoke more. But you don't get higher smoking more, you know? So I started chasing shit, you know? One of my homeboys got shot, killed in the neighborhood, and my big homie's Porky, Max, rest in peace, he comes over and he says, "Here, loco, this is for you, Holmes." And he goes, "What is it, Holmes?" "It's Sherm, dog." I go, "Sherm? Why do you smoke it?" "I'm gonna show you, man. Pay attention, all right, Holmes?" I said, "All right." So he does this, you know? That was my first addiction, you know, my big addiction. Wow, the escape, the moonwalking, you know? I never felt so good in my life, you know? All I felt was a pain and sorrow all the time. I felt sad, you know? So I needed that to feel better. You know, it didn't get any better. I got jumped into the hood, you know? We went around, we would party, you know? The homeboys, we always had something going on, you know? But I was already depressed, you know? I had to be around my homeboys to feel good. A false facade of feeling good, you know? "What's up, homie? What's up, galan?" You know? All this shit. But inside, I was dying, you know? Because I had already seen at least 6 of my homies get killed, you know? So I needed to get high, you know? I didn't know who I was unless I was high. you know. Um, I didn't know what to do, you know. I was like lost. The only thing that felt good was gangbang, you know, because it allowed me to get my frustration out on other people, not caring about myself. And then after that, we'd always run and use something, you know, and then we felt better, you know. I smoked Sherm, man, Lovelies. Those are just some of the things that made me feel good, made me feel welcome, made me feel loved, made me feel like I fit in. I needed to fit in because they were my homeboys, they were my friends, they were the ones I went to preschool with, and I loved them. It's like they loved me. There was nothing they would do. I could call my homeboy today and he'll either cash out me some money or he'll come over here and pick me up. And I only got that three homeboys in life that I grew up with. You know, they're happy I'm here. I talk to them all the time. I call them up when I get my phone, cell phones. Hey, Ray, you doing good? Oh, yeah, you need anything? No, I'm good. I got some. I told him, I'm buying shit off of Timu Homes. And my homeboy sent me some feria to buy off of Timu. Buy all you want, homie. Just tell me how much you need. You know, my homeboy drives for MTA. You know, my other homeboy works in the aerospace industry. My homeboy gives maintenance to the jets. You know, I remember when my dad taught me transmissions, so I was mechanically inclined as a kid. I was the one they came to get their cars fixed. My dad was smart. He done 20 years in prison. He was an addict. I would watch him smoke weed every night. You know, it would be like this in the projects. They have this vent on top of the stove, right? And my dad would be there, and he'd be smoking. I come over there, goddamn right, get out of here. You know, what are you doing, Dad? I go, oh, I know you're getting buzzed. You know, he would, shut up, Ray, get over there. So I'll let your mom know. I'll tell you if she's coming, Dad. See, that was how I grew up, you know. But my dad taught me a lot of shit. He'd always tell me, look, yes, sir, I'm gonna teach you this because you're gonna go through a lot of shit in life, son. You're gonna go through a lot of shit. He warned me about what I was gonna do, you know? He says, you're getting high, just don't shoot heroin, right? Don't do it. That's what my dad would tell me, see? He'd give me money to go buy a gallon pour of Sherm, but he'd tell me, don't shoot dope. So I was always scared of it, you know, because my dad was gonna fuck me up, you know? Um, my dad did it. He would fuck me up straight out. He'd tell me, you know, son, you did something wrong. I gotta show you why you don't do it. And he'd whip me with the shit. But I loved him. My mom was an alcoholic. Every time she was off from work, she started playing cello. Dos gotas de agua. You know? And I would trip out, you know, and I would sit there with my mom, and my mom would be dancing with me, and she'd be crying, but she looked happy, you know? My mom had a polio. She had her leg cut. But you know, my mom, she was inspirational because she came from Mexico like that, and she got a job working for a Jewish man. His name was Sal. He owned all the buildings where the movie theaters in downtown were at. And he gave my mom an opportunity, right? Drinking and all, she got an opportunity and she ran with it. He gave her a restaurant in one of the buildings he was in called Tasty Tacos. I remember I'd go over there and my ass would go outside and he'd let me go to any movie theater I wanted to go to. I could just go and walk in and they would feed me and everything. Because of this man, my mom had a purpose in her life besides us, her kids, you know. And she done good for herself. You know, I grew up, I had kids at a young age. I was 15 when I had my first kid. And I done some atrocious things, you know. I stabbed someone 21 times, being under the influence because I caught him with my lady, my baby's mama. Because no one ever told me, hey, Ray, you know, when that shit happens, you just get away from them, you know? And I would see my uncles fight for their women, my tias, you know? And so I thought I had to fight, you know? So I took a knife and I stabbed this guy 21 times. But then my dad pops in and I looked. I said, look, man, just shut up. I'm going to take you to the hospital. You're not going to die. So I took him to the hospital, you know. That's that's what my dad instilled in me, you know. Compassion, you know. And thank you, Holmes. You know. But all the time, I was using, you know. I started smuggling drugs across the border. My family, and I would get high, bro. You know, excuse me, but you want me to talk? I'm gonna tell you what I done in 10 minutes, right? Because this is my story, you know? I didn't know anything other than being high and doing something, you know, and making money, see, because I had to send it back to Mexico, right? So, man, boy, I would meet my cousins at the line and they would come and I would shoot them picks of money. And when you sell drugs, you get a lot of dollar bills. I don't care what anyone says. You get dollar bills up the ass, you know? And you're going around spending, buying a car with dollar bills, you know? I would give my kids dollar bills here. Shut up, all right, you know? Because I wanted to stay in the restroom getting high and I don't want them to bother me, you know? Here, go to the candy store. All right, you know? But in reality, see, I never knew who I was. I never knew who I was. I was just learning who I am, see, that I'm a kind, compassionate person with understanding and humility, you know? I know how to see someone and say, here you go, God, just take it, you know? That doesn't bother me, see? Because I have to do this today because I took so fucking much from everybody, you know? I took from my kids, I took from my mother, I robbed my mother of her hopes for me, you know? I'm not embarrassed of shit, you know? I'm not, because the shit I done was embarrassing. And to me, it was like a regular day, you know? But today that I'm learning to love myself, you know, I sit back and I trip, you know? I hear my roommate talking all kinds of crazy shit to me, you know, sometimes. And you know what? I look at him and I say, yeah, you're right. You're right, honey. You know? But look at yourself, is it? You know? You know? This guy right here, he has me changing. I'm cleaning shit better. I'm doing all this stuff, see, because I have to follow instruction. And I don't know how to follow instruction. I know how to tell you, you're going to take that bag over there, homies, and when you get there, they're going to give you this much money, pull this much out, but make sure the other bump gets here, homie, so we get loaded. You know, that's what I know how to do. I know how to tell you to go over there and do this and hurt yourself, you know, or get yourself killed, see? You know? But today, I don't do that anymore. I look at you and I analyze you, see? Because I can psychosocial analyze you, you know? I've studied, beg your pardon? I've studied that and autism because I had a son with autism who passed away, and I learned how, I went to USC. I sat in these classes free because an instructor seen me at the regional center, and I would be advocating for my kid and telling all those people that spoke Spanish, oh, this is what you ask them for, you know? And this man seen some purpose in me, and he let me go to his classes for free. You know, I got one of these honorary degrees, you know, us homies always get shit on the side, you know what I mean? You know, we can't go off straight in and get it, right? We always got some slick shit, you know? I know that about those, so he's gonna do it for me, you know? And I treated that man like that. But he loved the way that I spoke up and helped all these people in there by looking at their plan, their what he had, and I tell them suggestions, see? Now I know about suggestions, see? Because I can take a suggestion, just like I can take bullshit from my roommate, you know? And I learned all about Nikes, right? I learned all about Nikes because he comes in, yeah, and I spent this much, and I spent that on there, and I look at this fool, I say, he don't even fucking know who he's talking to, you know? You know? I said, I had shoes like that I walk around in the water with because I didn't give a fudge, you know? Because of the money that was being made, you know? But one thing I learned to do is to be honest with myself and respect everyone else, see? Because today I respect myself. And I couldn't have done it without being an addict, see? Because I learned true humility. So I put up with his shit. I put up with everybody else's stuff. My Uncle Yogi over there, shout out to Yogi, you know, with the little hair. Shout out to all my brothers in the house, you know, because I go around and I just you know, I keep to myself, but I talk to everyone, you know. I don't see color lines. I don't see this guy that, this guy that. The only thing I see is my neighbor, my roommate putting on his new 90s. Look, like these ones cost me $220. Oh yeah, that's right, dog. Get down, dog. Then I got my first pair of running shoes, right? Because I was able to accept humility and accept a pair of shoes from him that I would never wear, you know. They're not my color. But either way it goes, I have them and I'm gonna keep them. That's the first time ever I received something from someone knowing I didn't have to give anything back.
That's right.
You know? So I'm proud of it. Thank you very much.